Welcome back to Refrain Chord. So we still have a shit ton of skits to go through. So yeah, as you are.
Rinne? Rinne? Where are you? Come out wherever you are.
She's still looking. If I stay here, she'll find me for sure.
Oh, see, Tiara has time to play with Rinne, but not with Kiwi.
Not just that, Jova. Check this out. There should be a safe spot. I'll hide here for now.
Right in the open.
Why are they also? Yeah, that's the other thing. Brilliant. So
I guess she's implying she's behind a tree or a rock, but still.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I have no way of assuming that. That's the problem.
You know, couldn't they at least convey that she's hiding by making her sprite at least vanish from the screen?
Oh, it's you, Kiwi.
Is Kiwi also playing?
No, you'll see. That's a hair ornament on your mouth, isn't it? Did Tiara tell you to come looking for me?
But that would be cheating. Assuming this is a game they're playing.
No. That's what I thought. I don't get it. Everyone wants me to wear a dress. But why? I'm fine the way I am. So basically all the girls in the party want to play dress up with Rinne, basically.
Oh, no.
Even Tiara?
Yes. Well, to be fair, that's in character for her. She's the one of the girlier girls of the party, so...
Yeah, but I've never really seen her obsessed with, like, dressing up people before.
The writer really wanted the tomboy girl doesn't want to wear a dress joke, basically. So, there you go.
Didn't we kind of have Harley for that? Well, to be fair, who knows with Harley?
I wouldn't consider Harley so much a tomboy. She's more like the slob. Ren is more of a tomboyish girl compared to Harley.
I guess.
Sui and Seguro. I guess you guys were sent to come find me too, huh? It's a good thing you
Why would Ibfreet and Apollonius be helping out with this?
That's weird. Apollonius and Ibfreet don't seem like the type of guys who would go along with this sort of thing.
There you go, Jova.
Well done, writer.
Wherever whilst are.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, you admitted that it's weird, but you still didn't explain how they were involved, though.
Maybe they're not?
Oh, you guys asked to track my scent.
It's maybe because the joke is that they cannot speak properly.
Yep. We're doing the Star Wars translation method.
Yeah. The Wookiee.
I swear, Sui's voice actor sounds like Arbox from Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for. So, are you trying to comfort me? That's really sweet. AJ always says I'm fine the way I am, too. So I don't want to change. But everyone else wants me to.
Not really everyone else? There you are!
Oh no.
Ah, Kalara.
And you've cajoled these three beasts over to your side. This is why animal-type fairies are no good.
Potential racism there?
Yeah, that's fairest.
Jeez.
I always thought Kalara was an animal type too, though. So
No, I'm a fairy type.
So Kalara is fairest. Nice to know.
I guess she's supposed to be more. Kalara is supposed to be more of a demon type fairy.
Oh, I get that, but
Busted.
Oh no! I don't doubt what you said towards her segregation. You know. A bounce on the fact.
Kalara, go back to making anti-dojins. That's what you're. That's what you're. Kalara, go back to making anti-dojins. That's what you're best at. Sorry for holding your mouth shut, but I really don't want to be found.
I mean, don't worry, Rin. We don't have the budget to even put you in a dress anyway.
Yeah, true. Listen, Kalara, if someone told you that you had to be Ibfreet's partner instead of Marianna's from now on, would you go with it? Again, yeah. No, it really boils down to what Jova just said. Don't worry, Rin. We don't have the budget to make a dressed version of your sprite, so you'll be fine. Even go ahead.
Ugh, that was rough. No, of course I wouldn't go with it. I'm Lady Marianna's partner, for crying out loud. That's what makes me me.
Right. I mean, maybe it's not exactly the same, but there are parts of yourself that you can't give up on.
Okay. I think my issue with this is Rinne's talking about how everyone wants her to change. Meanwhile, all we have literally heard is just Tiara calling out for wherever she is.
A lot of telling, not a lot of showing.
And, like, you could have legit showed the girls wanting to dress her up beforehand, too.
I figured a dress is just a dress, but when you put it that way...
Thanks for understanding.
That being said, is it really that bad if she just tries on a dress? There's nothing to suggest that they're gonna force
It's
her
her
to...
choice. It's her choice,
that
Joe. If she
style.
doesn't feel like it or feels uncomfortable, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
why
up to
doesn't
her.
she just? So why doesn't she just tell them that?
Because apparently, well, again, this kid gives me the impression that she told them and they didn't accept it no for an answer.
Yeah.
Which is why I find it weird. Because sure, Tiara, I could see being into okay, I could maybe be cajoled into thinking Tiara might want to dress her up, but Tiara has never struck me as the person who would force Rinne to do
Yeah.
it.
It's done for the sake of the whole gag, of this entire gag. But yeah, it's kind of at the...
I think the problem is that none of the girl characters really feel like they'd be the type to force Rinne to dress up.
Really?
Affirmative. Human, fairy, male, female. There is no logic in such categorization.
Thanks, Optimus.
I wonder if that's how AJ sees it too.
Unclear. You would have to ask them. However, if I were to guess, I would say affirmative.
Thanks, Ryushin. And thanks to the rest of you too. Come on, let's head back. Because apparently the problem has been solved somehow?
I guess.
I think that's what
thanks to
Ryushin
the-
was telling to Rinne.
That's nice, Saguro. That's nice. Right, I'll have to say thanks to AJ too.
Right, I think AJ
What
may
about
have
Nami,
settled
man?
things down. Well, it's sorry, Tio. Even by Kingdom Hearts 3, we still have not thanked that girl.
It's okay. Hold on. Oh, what's going on over there? Well, Jova, Namine found a new boy, so she doesn't need Sora anymore.
Roxas X nominate fans found dead in a ditch because now Roxas X Gion is the OTP. I mean, the canon.
What's with the serious looks, all of you?
That's their usual expressions.
They don't have any other.
Just pretend we're having a serious look, damn it.
Look, we had to sell our own clothes to make this game, okay? Just
A flyer?
It's-
Let's see here.
It's funny because, yeah, we literally
Zelwyn's
do
Call
have...
singing competition. Saving the galaxy with song. Now accepting contestants.
You joke, but remember, even Karen says that we had to sell Ethel's other clothes, so...
yeah, Karen. Oh, I see. Confident in your voices, eh? And you've put together a group of animal-type fairies for the competition. How would the
We
animal-type...
had already this thing.
How would a
Well,
group...
no, I think that was a dungeon that needed to be unlocked by singing. This is a competition.
Yeah, this is different. You've gathered here to practice. I see. Now I understand. In that case, let me teach you what singing is all about.
Oh no.
Singing lessons with
This ought to be
Pippin.
just fine.
Singing lessons with Pippin. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, even probably the others are just uncertain about it.
You know,
I just don't get it. Why does it feel like they always struggle to do something interesting with Pippin of all people? Like, by his looks alone, even though I don't care for his design, he should.
Wait, you're
be
a bard now?
easy one.
You just said, listen to this bard's tale. So you're a bard now? I never seen you with a harp.
Whatever, he's
One of his
old-fashioned,
many jobs.
and he's basically paraphrasing, old, antiquated paraphrasing to say, I need to tell you a story.
I
Pippin's
guess.
tale is bound to be a long one. How about we hear what you've been working on so
Yeah, well, like Dwebs just read, Joe, but they only have 2 jokes with Pippin. The back in my day joke and he tells long stories joke. That's the only thing they do with Pippin.
I guess maybe they're trying to be subversive with the fact that, oh, the funny-looking character is actually not
Little
that
wise,
funny,
Mhm.
but it just has never really done anything for me because Pippin is just that boring. I'm sorry.
I'd hardly call that music. Well, they're animals. How are the animals supposed to sing? They don't have, the same kind of vocal cords that humans have.
Maybe if somebody took the time.
It's a cacophony. An absolute disaster. Your dream of being singers may well remain a dream. That wasn't even a song. Is this American Idol Fairf and Sui edition now? Or just
someone hasn't read the town musicians of Brie.
Bollocks!
Thinking you could enter a singing competition with this at the height of absurdity. Bollocks! Wait, is he Simon Cowell now? Like, it's just like...
Yes, he is.
Stole our words!
I'm pretty sure the translators decided to try to make him kind of like Simon Cowell with that, If you have complaints, feel free to level them at me after you've improved. Now be ready for some tough love.
It's nice to see Pippin having so much fun.
Sure. And
that, ladies and gentlemen, was Zolwind Idol.
I guess.
Hey, different background music though. I think this is some of the battle music you can get from Fleur's stuff.
Yeah. It's a Notes of Faith, but the instrumental version of it. Hi.
A splendid beating you delivered. Seems they are finally able to understand how serious you are.
I guess so. Giving up already, are you? Nonsense! All three of you, get up at once!
Listen to the inspirational music to guide you.
Is this truly the extent of your passion for singing?
Oh, wow.
Again, this skit makes me feel drunk.
Business now.
Yes, your singing may be terrible, but I can see that behind all that, true passion is hidden inside.
Verily.
If you are truly passionate, then show me, right here, right now.
And then he hosts a 12-episode anime about how they make their dreams as pop idols come true. Such lyrics drive my heart to tears.
Yes, this is my favorite part.
That's the spirit. Now sing toward the setting sun. This is starting to feel like an episode of Oshinoko.
You will be the Celine Dion's of this world.
Sorry. I should have prepared some vigorous music to establish an inspirational mood.
Unfortunately, Soji, the developers couldn't afford... Actually, no, technically, yeah, we do have a night version of this background. How come you... God damn it, developers. Jesus Christ. You have a night version of this background. Use it.
I will wonder if the setting sun line was basically a localization term in order to say, sing it, proudly towards the horizon.
I guess. Alright, that was it, I guess.
That happened.
Let's check what they have of Apollonius. A heave-ho for you.
Seguro, are you alright?
My name is Seguro, and I'm alright.
Or maybe not.
This is bad. Seguro's fever won't calm down.
Huey's won't either.
Oh man.
It's an epidemic.
A fairy virus.
Same with Sui. What should I do? It looks so painful.
Can snakes even have fevers?
Well, this is a fairy snake,
Alright,
Pedro.
It's strange how all the animal fairies came down with a fever.
Huh.
Indeed, and yet we all seem fine.
So it's a virus that doesn't affect humanoids.
Ryushin doesn't seem to be having any problems either.
Well, he's a robot. How would he even get sick?
A computer virus!
Those work differently.
Sorry, beats me. There hasn't been much research on animal fairies yet, so there's still a lot of unknowns.
don't know.
I find that questionable, considering how long. Remember, according to the opening narration of both games, this world has been around for centuries. You're telling me that in the whole history of how long this world has existed and how fairies long have existed, and research on animal fairies is still non-existent? How does that make any sense?
To be fair, fairies and fencers are sort of far and few between in the world. Like,
It's
obviously
only
not just
recently
every
that
random
more
Joe.
popped up because the situation has escalated.
Also, Pedro, you do raise a good point about the fact that a computer virus is not the same as a biological virus. Shame the Anime Kings game completely forgot that.
Also, don't you remember? It was basically a plot point in the first Independence Day.
Yeah.
Because the Jeff Goldblum gets the idea from Horrible Worlds.
So basically, Harley wants to extract some snake extract out of Seguro, but the ponies won't load it. Same thing with Sui. So now she. Okay, to be fair, she's not trying to molest them this time. She's just trying to get some samples to examine them to try to come up with a medicine. To be fair.
Sure.
No, get your dragon skill somewhere else.
Well, Apollonius, do you have a better idea? To be fair.
Oh, let me guess, a monster.
I've heard rumors that there's a dragon that lives in the Kavari Desert.
Also, Karen is technically a kitsune. Should she count as an animal fairy?
Oh, I get the idea. Remember, she is a kitsune, but she's more also based on the Yukiona yokai, essentially the maid who perished in a snowstorm. So I get the idea we're leaning more onto that.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, there he goes off on his own. Fine. I'll go along and help him.
Beg your pardon, but someone must stay here to care for Kiwi, and that someone is me.
See, she does care.
I can't take Sui anywhere in this condition.
You got it. Just leave this to Fang the Fearless.
I mean, I know I said I can't play with Kiwi. That doesn't mean I can't
Let
still
me guess,
care for him.
in the hunt for this dragon, you can use the characters who have the fairies currently in battle condition.
I think so, but we'll check it out later.
I always knew it was important to moisturize your face.
Yes, but the real challenge is how quickly you can moisturize.
And now getting flashbacks to Doctor Who.
Huh? Do you really need to be quick about it?
Be quick about it.
Doubtful. It's not as if the skin dries out instantly.
Unless you're Cassandra from Doctor Who. Yeah,
You two have so much to learn. After you wash your face, the moisture in your skin evaporates very quickly.
It's not a big issue for you yet at your age, but it's something you should be aware of. Your skin will turn the corner in no time.
Okay, Marianna, you're not that old.
You're 24.
Oh, you talk as though your skin's already turned the corner.
Again, I just don't get it.
Okay, to be fair, this time it's Marianna herself
You're
saying
not
it,
as old
not
as you make
others.
yourself sound, Marianna. Plus, you've got beautiful skin.
I get that, Jova.
Thank you. Aaron gets it.
Yeah.
Why, thank you. That's thanks to all the hard work I put into it every day.
Boys just don't understand. For girls, taking care of your skin after a bath can be more important than the bath itself.
Unless there's something that we don't know, and for Refrain Chord they artificially age the character. I don't know.
I'll check her age profile later.
Well, again, Joba, that's the thing. We did check it, but as far as we know, it represents only Aventar Falls. Remember, information about this game as a whole, it's very scarce to come by.
You can tell.
I swear.
That's the thing.
This game is...
Maybe in a few years we will know, who knows, but for the time being, we're kind of in the dark.
Remember, even what few Refrain Chord fans exist, the reaction based on what I've looked into has been mixed. Because people, most of them just thought the game was meh or whatever or okay. They wanted a proper sequel to the sequel hook from the previous game. They wanted a natural proper sequel with the same Neptunia gameplay rather than this. And also they didn't really care much for the new story elements that this one added. They're okay, but they thought, nah, we would have rather add something more, a proper sequel to the original game.
Far be it from me to seek malice where there may just be ineptitude, but the more we learn about this game and how weird its existence is, the more I do wonder, did somebody just fudge the numbers in the company and they went, God, we need to dump it into somewhere. Quick, let's put it into a tiny little project.
Yeah.
And thus this game was born. Because again, yes, it is technically another part of Refrain Chord F, a franchise that was supposed to, as far as we know, be like Compile Heart's next big thing next to Neptunia, only to,
Yeah.
well, not be it, and then just randomly get this game, which isn't a full-on sequel, but doesn't feel like a spin-off either. It feels like, well, I think Teal described it best, like 2 cut DLC routes from Advent Dark Wars.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Made it its own game.
Remember, obviously I don't have evidence to prove this, but if you take a look at the facts that we do know, it does paint a picture that Naoko and her team genuinely wanted to move on from Neptunia after V2, because think about it, like they made the first 3 games on the PS3, right? Then they co-developed the Rebirth remakes. Then after that they made V2 for the PS4, right? And after that, they stopped making original Neptunia content altogether. That wasn't spin-offs, of course. Like the mainline series just stopped in 2015, and we have yet to get a proper new mainline Neptunia game. Technically, we got recently Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters, which, despite still being a spin-off, that's action combat, and it takes place in the main timeline after V2, so it technically is the next story in the mainline continuity, right? But
Neptunia Game Maker Revolution looks like it could be interesting.
But it's a spin-off. Like what fans actually want is the proper sequel to V2 that, you know, brings back the battle system from that the Neptunia series has been known for since Victory or Mark II rather, since Mark II. And to be fair, according to Idea Factory's new president, that's what they're making now, which is probably why this game had to go to a different team, because Naoko is now finally, you know, now that she's had her Neptunia break, I'm guessing now she's willing to make another one. Because if you take a look at her work post V2, she made Fair Fencer F, then Advent Dark Force, then she worked on, I think it was Dragonstar Varner. I think she also worked on.
Is that the Witches and Dragons game?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wait, that
that one's apparently better than this one, but I haven't gotten around to it. But yeah. So
anyway, point of the skit, they are going to another dungeon, quote unquote, which apparently holds some, you know, records of ancient cosmetics, which might help the girls on the team.
See, it only took Teo like 10 seconds to explain that, and this skit takes its sweet ass time to get around to it.
Technically, the thing that I minded more were a couple of lines that can be passed as gender stereotypes, but I don't know. I don't think I'm the more qualified to judge those.
I'll be fair to the skit, it felt like it basically stretched things out to give us more character interactions amongst the characters. That sort of stuff I'm fine with, because a lot of plots, ideally you could sum up quickly, but actually adding the meat of dialogue to them will give them some more length.
It's not like Ibfreet to say hello. Could this be a positive step? It seems like something.
Actually, Marianna, he said howdy. That's different, technically.
But what put Zagi in such a panic?
This is okay. Is it?
What's wrong?
Yeah, this is actually voice typing. Yeah.
Oh. It's weird, like, you know, if all the side skits were not voiced, which if I recall correctly was more or less how the dub handled it,
Yes.
I get it, but it's weird that some are, but some aren't.
Basically, they're apparently trying to hide something, but we'll see, obviously.
Aww, Ibfreet's being nice.
There you go.
Oh. Oh.
生誕祭っていうのキモいからやめないっていうかそもそもあのおばさんの誕生日とか心底どうでもいい
Oh, you know, maybe just the guy who has been her personal guard the whole time.
聞いてないし
He's not listening to me.
Oh no.
Fang?
Fang.
話は聞かせてもらったぜ
Yeah, yelling that out loud like that probably was not the... Okay, no. To their credit, Zagi, you legit belted out the line about giving Marianna a
Yeah,
birthday
Galdo
party.
agrees with you, Trevor.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Fang planning a birthday party.
This is a terrible idea, but
God damn, even Fang's pointing out they don't have much of a plan. That's pretty sus, yo.
again, to be fair, I think, you know, the more qualified in this group to do it at the moment between these four would be Zagi. That's saying a lot.
Damn. You know, part of me does admire them trying to make Zagi feel like he's a part of the group. You know, in spite of the fact that he doesn't
in
get
general,
to be playable.
I get the feeling, you know, at least for the time being, it really feels that Zagi is the character that genuinely got the more boost in terms of, you know, characterization. Because when you really get down to it, even in Advent Dark Force, his presence was relatively little. And again, the only memorable thing that I remember from him is him getting drunk as shit along with Zenke in the Evil Goddess route. That's how he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, props to them trying to prop him up as a character. And I know it's probably...
But why couldn't he get a full-on, an actual proper full-on sprite? Poor bastard.
I know, right? Like, and you know what? Maybe that wasn't the writer's fault, but come on, guys. You could have thrown a little pocket. I mean, look, they had enough money to make completely new characters with Rinne and Ibfreet.
Yeah.
Surely they could have spent just a little extra pocket change to give Zagi a playable model. You know, like, well, I'm sure you could have, for some story reason, given him a fairy too at some point.
Well, actually, Zagi already had a playable model in Advent Dark Force, so that could have just been reused.
Well, I mean, one with a fairy, obviously, since, you know... Well, actually, to
Actually,
be
no,
fair,
Zagi's not a
Fleur-
fencer. Zagi's not a fencer, so...
To be fair, Fleur plays differently from the fairy fencers too, so I guess arguably you could have had a playable Zagi who doesn't have fairy fencer powers. He's just difficult to use, but hey!
It's
In
a...
case you're wondering what they're doing, they're basically replicating, you know, male waiters in particular clubs that are at least present, at least in Japan, you know, that organize this kind of thing, you know, for those who attend.
That's nice.
I know
Also,
it because the VTubers actually that I follow taught me that.
nice. Also, game, using different background music like this. Good. Try and use that for more variation.
And not recycle more the fucking trumpet theme like before.
Like I said, the trumpet theme itself is not inherently bad, but it is used way too often. Huh. So the party goes down without a hitch.
Just you're just asking for it.
Just to continue from my previous point, you know what's the fun thing that I found out that I wasn't even aware of? What they did in 2020, which, if you don't remember, that's the 10th anniversary of the Neptunia franchise, where they announced that they were going to reveal a new game and even call it Neptunia 5, like with they even not even just the Roman numeral, the actual number 5, like implying that it was the next mainline Neptunia game. Nope. Instead, we got Neptunia Reverse, which is yet another re-release of Neptunia Rebirth 1, and the fan base got pissed off because everything in the marketing, like, literally spelled out the 5th mainline game, and it was just, it's like they were trying to piss Neptunia fans off. Like,
okay, talking about this skit, I noticed this one's called Birthday Celebration. Is this supposed to be a continuation of Marianna's other birthday skit?
Kinda, yeah. This kinda becomes kind of its own little subplot.
Well, again, to give them credit, it seems like her birthday went down without a hitch. Like, knowing this game, I actually partly thought they might fail at it, but no, it was played straight.
Remember, Marianna is one of the ending choices you get, which means, of course, that you need to set up some kind of dynamic between these two to supposedly try to make their romance believable.
Oh wait. In this game, I thought it was just Tiara and Aaron.
Well,
that were the potential
well, okay.
romance
Well,
endings.
let me elaborate then. Tiara, Aaron, and Fleur are the only ones who get their own CGs for their ending. Not the others, though.
Oh, so the
Considering-
romances are still all possible. It's just that they don't get CGs.
Considering what we got in Advent Dark Force was just basically a skit with her admiring how cute Feng was when he was eating, I'm not gonna lose my sleep on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you'll still be showing all the endings in that
Yes.
regard.
Yes. Remember, in the Advent Dark Force, her ending is because she is into Fang because Fang is like a small child and she's into and she has a strong maternal instinct, and that kind of makes that's an incredibly questionable beginning to a relationship. But I'm not gonna go into that.
I think that's on par with the I fell in love with you due to my sisterly instincts from Final Fantasy VIII bout.
To be fair, Questas and Squall are not related.
Oh yeah, but I mean they were like adopted siblings.
And again,
essentially,
there was also the whole thing about her being, his teacher. It is true that she deliberately steps down because she believes that it's the best choice if she wants to potentially pursue that. But I don't know. It's still presented awkwardly at the very least.
I feel like it's one thing that I feel like it should be a case by case basis. Like, for example, picture this scenario, for example. Imagine two teenagers who are dating. Like, they're in high school and they're dating. All right. Without even warning the kids, both of their parents meet and marry. Should these kids now be forced to be separated just because of what their parents did unrelated to them?
Considering their relatively young age, I think they're still in time to, each of them pursue their own, life and find love somewhere else. So yeah.
I will say I agree it's a case by case basis, and I wouldn't even poke shade at the whole Questas thing if it weren't for the fact that she says, after they find out that they were adopted siblings, that she's like, oh, so that's the reason why I fell for you.
Okay, I doubt any of you have actually watched it. There's a set of 10 movies called The Decalogue, I think it's called in English, by director Krzysztof Kieslowski. They are supposed to represent, each of them apparently one of the 10 commandments. The fourth one is basically supposedly a story about how two people, like one of them, I think, has to be the adopted father of the girl, but if I recall correctly, they're not that much different in age. I mean, it's been ages since I watched it. They end up falling in love. There's a whole drama about it, as you can imagine. And at the end of the story, they instead, decide to actually, believe themselves, to be to the relationship to be, only familiar, him being the adoptive father and her being the adopted daughter. But again, there's a whole way of tact in which that is handled.
Mm-hmm.
But
for me, it's just one of those. For me, I personally think those like the teenagers in that should not have to pay consequences for something they didn't do. Honestly.
Also, just for mentioning the last kid, it was fine for what he wanted to do.
No, it was just Fang trying to do something for Marianna in general.
No, I just wanted to mention.
Sure. And now it's Ibfreet's turn. Go ahead, Ibs.
You think I should go see Zagi? Nah, not now. He said something about heading off somewhere.
Is that really what Sui was suggesting, or is that just what you want to do, Ibfreet?
A dog. Stupid looking one, too. All his owner had to do was call out to him, and he's wagging his tail like an idiot.
Oh no, dogs feel affection for their owners. Masters, friends.
Partners.
Yeah, you're 100 times smarter than him, no question.
So Ibfreet is a snake person.
Oh look, now he's got his paw out to shake. What's the point of that trick? Nothing, and he's still raking in the praise for it.
You're just mad because Sui can't do it.
You just Now he's playing catch. So what if a dog can catch a ball in his mouth? Pets are seriously pointless.
Says the guy who has his pet around his neck.
I guess considering the way he treats
Pedro.
Sui,
Yeah, I bet you could swallow that dog whole, but don't, okay? That would turn into a real pain in the ass.
Probably.
何
Oh, are you hungry? Got it. Just give me a minute.
Is he gonna get the dog?
Let's see.
はい
Here you go. I brought you some eggs from the kitchen.
Okay then.
You can animate them, so
Enjoy the cholesterol,
All right, Sui. Catch.
how is he supposed to catch? He's in your fucking shoulder.
I guess he throws it in the air.
Ew.
I'm guessing.
やるじゃん
Hey, nice catch. Down the hatch.
Down the hatch.
I knew that dumb dog had nothing on you. Catching an egg and swallowing it whole is way cooler than catching some ball.
そうだな
All right, how about this one? From a way bigger bird. I say it's about 10 times the size of a normal egg.
That's an ostrich egg.
Catch.
Like, sure, snakes can dislocate their jaw and everything, but I'm pretty sure they have a limit too.
And Sui swallows it.
やるじゃん
Whoa! You swallowed that huge egg whole too? You're awesome, Sui.
How'd he catch it, though?
Imagine. Damn, you can totally see the egg in your stomach. I can't believe you ate the whole thing. That dog would be a cinch to swallow.
Ibfreet is training his
Let's just
snake.
assume that the bump in his stomach is behind Ibfreet's back.
Huh? You was eating that dog instead of the egg for real? Yeah, but like I said, that'd be a real pain. Oh, I know. Wait 1 second, Sui. I'll bring you something even better than a dog.
Don't tell me he's gonna get Kiwi.
Let's see. See, look at that.
Thanks for waiting, Sui.
Yeah, this pose doesn't look awkward at all, and laughable. Look, like that pose was made for. This pose was made for when he's holding his weapons. If you put it
Like,
without the weapons,
previously, for the previous time this happened, it would have made sense considering he was guarding an attack. So, it kind of still gives that kind of vibe, but for this, no. Oh, it's Kalara. Okay.
Let me go of me!
Yeah, you can have it.
Damn.
but who's gonna keep drawing the anti-dojins of Sherman and
Look
Galdo
how
tail?
fat and juicy she is. I bet she tastes way better than some dog.
Let go!
Lego?
I'm gonna tell Lady Marianna on
What have you
you!
eaten?
I don't know. It's gonna be pretty hard to
Yeah.
swallow from inside Sui's stomach.
If you feed me to the space, Lady Marianna's not gonna be happy with you!
Don't worry, Lady Marianna can join you. And what's she gonna do about it? Without you around, she won't even be a fencer anymore. Once you're Sui Chow, Sui will be full, and that old lady will be just another old lady. Talk about two birds with one stone.
Ibfreet.
Gee, it's like
Said about doing the crazies.
it's like this guy was still socially inept and shouldn't have joined the party
Go on,
or something.
Sui. Swallow her all.
Come on! You wouldn't really eat a fellow fairy, would you?
Not one with glasses, I guess.
Hey, why are you looking at me like that?
You hit a guy with glasses. Huh. Well played.
Keep your tongue in your mouth! Stay back! Don't come any closer!
Make sure not to leave any leftovers.
Oh, Ibfreet, that kidder.
You guys are real jerks!
Well,
Kalara got bored.
And
Good to know.
Kalara died.
oh well.
I'm sure.
Wow, that's
she'll
really how it
survive.
ends.
Yep, Kalara died. Glad we found this nice sunny spot. Feels good to be in the sun, huh, Sui?
Especially since you're cold-blooded and all that.
Yeah, nice and warm. Feels good to me, too.
The birds are singing. Isn't it
It's
beautiful?
kind of strange relaxing with you like this. But not strange in a bad way.
In the meantime, another technical theory about this game. This game was at both this and Neptunian Sisters vs. Sisters were actually made in Unity. So I guess somebody at Idea Factory realized, you know what, our engine sucks. So let's use one that works better.
Well, if it isn't Ibby, all alone out here.
Not alone. Sui's here.
And here I thought you were just happy to see me. Mind if I sit down? Thanks.
Sure. I didn't get to answer.
So, what you doing?
This Phineas and Ferb. Just sunbathing.
Oh, really? Perfect day for it, isn't it? Hey, what do you think of this nail polish? It's a new color from my favorite brand. Well, looks good, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm so happy with it. It's such a perfect, stylish shade. Speaking of stylish, there's this new cafe that just opened up, and I hear their cakes are amazing. Aren't you dying to go?
Get the idea what's happening.
Not really. Ooh, are they gonna stay here? Pain in the ass.
Look, isn't that Zoggy in the garden?
What? Zoggy? You're right, it is him. What's he doing in the garden? Hey, Zoggy! He looked this way and waved at me. Wow.
Ah, he looks so happy to see you. How cute. He's got a big brand new smile on his face. So, Ibby, tell me more about your feelings for Zoggy.
Huh? My feelings?
I know you love him and all, but do you love him? Like a little too heavily to just be friends?
Shipper. Heavy like cow.
Just saying, if you make a move, I'm in your corner.
My back, more like. Oh, we're not like that.
Right. If you insist, but then what's with this obsession you have with him?
Obsession?
You practically write essays on him in verbose vernacular. You and Zoggy are old friends, yes?
We grew up in the Institute together as far back as I can remember. I don't really recall anything from before I knew him. Well, I remember being near a harbor with my dad, but that's it. No idea how I ended up in the Institute.
Oh, Shenmue. Okay.
It was a terrible place to grow up. Every day was a nightmare, but I was lucky enough to be roommates with Zoggy.
I see. He must be very important to you.
Important? Typo.
Zoggy's
Typo
kind.
indeed.
He always looked out for me. He always talked with me.
He always bathed me.
They always
Not
catch
so
me.
good.
They always catch me. I fly.
So Zoggy was my only real friend. When he left, I was alone.
Oh.
Zoggy was with me the whole time. I could never do anything for him, so I wanted to help him be happy. Just, no.
Yeah, trying to kill him probably wouldn't have made him happy. Ibby.
Damn. You're saying that, but he'll just...
Rambling on. Yeah.
Aw, you're such a good kid. And to your
Receive
credit, the
that,
heartwarming music was playing.
Ah!
There now.
I guess we're hugging him. Yeah.
Why are you hugging me? Let me go.
We're having a moment, darling. I finally understand how much you care about Zoggy, and I can see you're a good kid, even if you are a little awkward.
I'm not really the hugging sort, okay?
Yeah.
I hope you find a way to express those feelings to Zoggy. Just remember, AJ's always there, rooting for you, shipper on deck.
Shut up already. Why are you so nosy? Don't think I'm gonna forget you call me awkward and obsessive.
Okay, Ibfreet, where's the lie there? Whatever you say. Like, not for nothing, Ibfreet, but half your dialogue involves Zoggy, 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 Zoggy.
What a weirdo.
Takes one to know one.
Nice one to know.
Any more,
Yeah,
and you might as well change
exactly.
your name to Zoggy.
Hey! Nice one, Pedro.
So wins represent.
Oh god, this one.
Oh? How bad could it be?
No, this is the rapping plot, believe it or not.
Oh,
Hey, Zoggy,
There's
what are you
a
up to?
rapping
If
plot?
you're free, wanna hang out?
Oh.
Boy, I get to rap.
Yes, actually, yes, you do.
Okay.
Well, actually, if,
Zoggy.
I guess Teo can be Zoggy, why not?
I'd love to, but I'm busy, unfortunately. Lady Marianna asked me to collect all the garbage and
I think
take it out.
I actually already,
Why hasn't Lady Marianna gone out
I
there?
think I already had cast him as Zoggy, actually. So,
Or
yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You don't have to listen to what that old lady says.
I told you, stop calling the lovely Lady Marianna old.
Seriously, this joke is not funny. Just quit it.
Same as ever, eh?
Oh, that Ibfreet.
Another lively day.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh yeah, you're still here. Are you still? Well, when exactly are you planning to murder us all?
Patience, progress takes time.
I guess. Hey guys, you're not busy. Go to the Doral Central factory.
Pretty short notice for that kind of trip.
Ah, don't worry. We can just slot on the map. It's not like we have to actually walk there. Apparently, some weirdos have been holding up the works. The factory manager figured the Great Lord Fang can do the job.
Huh. He came to you of all people. He must really be in a tight spot.
What?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
And yet here we are.
Very good, Aaron. You had a line. You know, you guys could be a whole lot nicer to me. Yeah, we could. Yeah,
you could start to being actually.
You start first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite unfortunately, they stopped work at the factory. You get information about the loiterers causing the holdup.
Look, Fang, we
Was
could.
it Thief A, B, and C from the original game?
We heard they're a gang of free goons trying to start some kind of battle.
Way to... it's like in the first episode of 100 Girlfriends. Way to crap on my memories of you, generic friend A.
Free goons? That'll be a piece of cake for us.
Right? Come on, let's head down there and take care of those guys. Then I can bask in praise from the manager. He might even hang a giant portrait of Fang the Honorable right on the factory floor.
Sure.
That'll be great for bullseye darts.
You sure do love that kind of thing.
Nah.
Well, to be fair, RPG protagonists actually getting recognition can be a
Where you
rare
going,
thing, Aaron.
Zoggy?
Yeah, tanks like that could make the whole area unsafe. Lady Marianna would be very sad if the children were in danger.
Sure.
Won't someone think of the children?
Again, what
Yeah,
children?
you do.
Oh,
Again with the old lady. Ah, well, if Zoggy's going, I'll go too.
Alright, so we'll get back to that because we have one more skit, if I remember correctly. Yep.
Today
And tomorrow. Okay.
Toyota.
Ah, no rapping. He lied to me.
No, it's in the next part, Wiz. Right now we're doing the intro parts. We'll do the side quests proper in the next part.
Hey, Zoggy, why do you look so happy? Oh, yeah, it's only for this voice.
Yep.
気になるな。ザギが興味あるもの
Oh,
なら
voice acting in Japanese, but it's still voice acted.
Sorry, Wiz. They cut down our localization budget.
Yeah.
Remember, like, unlike the first game's localization, we even have typos. So apparently even the writers were paid in peanuts. So...
Okay, but I mean,
Either
to be
that
fair,
or either that or we're newbies.
okay,
incompetent.
To be fair, Ace Attorney James' localization budgets are, well, I mean, a lot more than this, and even they have typos.
Yeah.
Remember, they're the same one who translated the original Fantasy VII, which also has typos on his own.
Oh sure, but as Brando said in his Final Fantasy 13 review, like that was back in a time where localization staff was paid in pennies.
Oh no, I was just comparing, with what we've said about the first Ace Attorney.
Yeah, by the time we got to the 3DS Attorney games, they really should have tried to do better with the typos. I mean, I'm not too bothered because at this point it might as well be series tradition, right? But it does beg the question why we still get typos even in the greatest Attorney games.
Wait, oh god.
The weird thing to me is that
those typos.
I gotta get the idea that people who have to text translate usually will have to use a software that automatically recognizes typo. Like, how did they manage? I get the idea. You bongus amount of text, something might be filtered toward the cracks, but a software like that should ideally recognize that. Even something as basic as Word, Microsoft Word does it.
If I recall correctly, Greatest Attorney didn't have nearly as many typos. I still think Dual Destinies holds that record.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Dual Destiny is a lot of typos?
Yes.
Oh man.
I think Dual Destinies holds the record for most typos.
Even more than the original trilogy.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Like, okay, while the original trilogy did have its fair share of typos, there are arguably farther and fewer between.
Dare I ask if they fixed those for the HD versions?
Probably.
Yes,
did
they sadly also fixed the Miracle Never Happened one.
I'm talking about the Dual Destinies. This is more recent.
I haven't actually played for the entirety of Dual Destinies HD yet, so I don't know if they fixed the typos. Probably, considering, like Jova said, they did fix them in the HD trilogy, so this one probably got the same treatment.
I know that they fixed a bug that messes with the story of Case Free and Dual Destinies, which was a localization exclusive bug.
My god, we're dedicating an entire skit about the whole Marianna Izobachan.
Yeah, I know, right? And this is not funny and it's dumb.
No, like I said, Pedro, like I said, honestly, I would absolutely have no problem if in the game, Marianna genuinely was someone, like, say, in their 30s, 40s, because, again, that's more, something that needs to be
Japanese
expected,
culture, yeah.
No, not just that, in general as a whole as a joke, but again, maybe that's also the other layer, because normally this type of joke applies to that situation, but in this case, it's a younger person, so it creates a, paradox or a juxtaposition. Maybe that's what they're aiming for. Remember, at the end of the day, at its core, the original, at least, Very Famous Rap, while playing straight to most of its story, is supposed
that's
to be
not funny.
something like Konosuba,
Yeah.
Something that analyzes the cliche of,
Yeah.
your traditional...
Teo, I think Fang just summed it up. Who the hell even cares anymore? Yeah, thank you. Can we please end this skit?
Ultimate holders.
To be fair, the Japanese version probably had some kind of equivalent to that. Probably
I'll re-listen between the parts just to listen what she says. This is Patty's voiced.
It seems to mainly amount to, oh, she's old, but she's ticks her. She's gonna punish them like bad.
Let me put it this way.
Oh my god, another one.
It sounds the same way as Baldy McNozer sounded for Eggman.
How many do you need?
Yeah, that skit that we just saw, you could have cut that one. Nobody likes that one.
It literally starts with Fang flushing the toilet.
Did he just flush the previous skit down the toilet? Because I would approve of that.
So they had to make this new one.
Okay. If I were to give this the benefit of a doubt, maybe the joke is that because Marianna is so motherly, she comes off as old.
Yeah, I think that's what they're aiming at ultimately. Because, mother instinct, so of course, mothers are only people in their older type, second half of their life cycles.
The problem is that she doesn't look older than anyone. Like, I could argue, she arguably looks younger than a few of the party members, too.
Possibly a better joke would have been saying that she's a babysitter more than anything.
Common courtesy from Ibfreet. Although, let me guess, it's because he wants his precious Sagi to get his sleep.
For someone who has remained imprisoned in an institute, he's surprisingly very socially aware.
Forced indoctrination, probably, instilled, even something that easily we perceive are good manners, instilled by force into him.
I guess.
Probably, just because he was stuck in an institute doesn't mean that they wouldn't have drilled in social skills into him in that regard,
that way it actually looks fine. Without the weapons, it just looks goofy.
Okay, there was that one time where
without the weapons, makes only sense if you're implying that he's supposed to be blocking an attack with his bare arms.
You couldn't.
There was that one
Otherwise,
time.
no.
There was that one time that they wrapped his sprite around, I think, Galdo to make it look like he was gripping him, and
by the throat.
it kinda worked there, kinda.
So the basic gist of it is that Ibfreet has been taking his assassination request so he can keep feeding Sui.
Huh.
Yeah,
guess.
It costs so much. It costs literally half this game's budget.
Okay, maybe I'm looking too much into this, but didn't he only recently get Sui? How does he know Sui can only go for this many months with or without food? Again, I'm pretty sure he just got Sui.
It's like Tail said.
Also, I get the idea that when a fencer and a fairy come into contact, remember, we're supposed to establish a synergy between the two. They share some degree of thoughts and feelings, so maybe it's more of a case where the moment, Ibfreet came into contact with Sui, both of them, basically exchange implicit informations between each other.
I guess that works, and again, if I recall correctly, Sui is like an artificial fairy, or at the very least, a man-made fairy, so we know that those consume more than regular fairies.
There's also what Taylor said before, that it's much like an Avant Dark Forest. The skits feel like they didn't even try to make it coalesce with the main plot. Where, like Taylor, of course, mentioned the Tales series. I don't know, when I played the Tales series, I never saw a Tales of skit that made me feel like, wow, that heavily contradicts what's going on in the story right now.
Well, okay, more in the sense that... Yes, Drova?
No. I think I was about to agree if you go on first, Gio.
Well, no, again, the closest I can say is that there are some cases where the skits will be themed, in the point of the story in which you unlock them. Like, say, the whole teach me about Bazongas line that Jude has happens specifically in a specific point where Timo has to be present, or when Musette makes a joke about, establishing that he, quote-unquote, filled her with a lot of mana. That happens specifically because she's present. But I do distinctly remember at least some degree of examples of just random stuff that happens just because those party members are present and it's just happening.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, my point was going...
Music to Pedro's eyes, in this case.
My point was going to be that,
to
be fair, side quests can do this kind of random stuff and not be tethered to the main plot more often than not, since the idea is supposed to be that, well, they are the side quests, they are the stuff that happens sort of independent of the main plot, so I wouldn't critique side quests for that in that regard. Now, if we're talking about characters acting out of character, that's a different point, because that is a problem, but I don't think it's one to do with side quests being, not tethered to the main plot. And, again, ideally, a side quest can acknowledge what's going on in the main plot, but the main plot almost never will acknowledge what's going on in a side quest, unless it's one of those rare cases where doing a certain side quest will influence the main plot.
Indeed. See you for the next part, everybody, where we follow up on all of these side quests.
Yeah.
Okay.